This is Dutch the Dreamer, and I'm rocking with the Come Up blog.
Oh yeah, my eyes red when it's smooth fall. I always feel alive, yeah, I always feel.
What's the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning?
Brush my teeth.
Brush your teeth. I hope so.
Nah, I'm like heavy on that.
Into that, can we talk a bit about your childhood?
Sure.
All right, let us know a bit about your background, family life.
You know, small beginnings. I got a brother and a sister, mom and a dad, grandma and a grandpa. And I'm from Meriden, Connecticut, right off of Main Street. Right off East Main Street. And it's loud. There's a lot of like car races. There's a lot of like strips and abandoned parking lots around. So like people just go crazy in cars all night. So yeah, I would say my older brother.
Okay.
Musically wise, just as far as like making me want to create it, because he lived in Baltimore, and that's my older brother. And I always, whenever we went down there, we would jam with like drums and any type of instrument that was around, like drums, guitar, xylophone, keyboard, bass guitar, like whatever anybody had around in that community. It was like you just jammed for hours. Like that's what we did for hours, and like it would just be like drink all day and jam. You know, he put me in a position to actually make music, and I thought that was really dope.
Is that when you decided to pursue your hip hop career, or did it come after that?
It came after that. I decided when I was 17, turning 18, that I wanted to do it because I just didn't want to do anything else.
Okay.
Like even since that time in Baltimore, just playing music like that, I wanted to just do it more and more and more. By the time I was going down there so often that when I got back to Meriden, I didn't want to do anything here but make music. So I've been writing forever, like since I was in like 4th grade, but I never told anybody, I never showed anybody, and then like my senior year, I really started to like,
go for it.
because it all started because this kid Jake was like, yo, rap battle me.
Okay.
I was like, yo, they don't even know that I've written so many raps.
Yeah.
Like,
So
they
you were
had
ready.
no idea. I was
prepared.
ready. And I remember that night, I just like, it blew me away that I could do it, like off the head like that, and just that I was able to do it.
Yeah.
So it started as a nickname. Originally, people called me Dutch because I would always have Dutches when I was young, and then when I sold weed, I would give you a Dutch and the weed.
Oh, okay.
It was like my little thing.
Your signature.
And then one day, my boy was just like, I'm gonna start calling you Dutch. And I just was like, yeah, I really like that.
And it stuck from there.
And it stuck. But the funny thing about it, it all ties in because my grandfather's favorite liquor store was the Old Dutch liquor store.
Okay.
And that was like down the street from the neighborhood my dad grew up in. And I was like, I'm not trying to be the old Dutch, I'm trying to be like the new Dutch the Dreamer.
What's your opinion about artists including the use of marijuana in their lyrics and imagery?
I'm all for the promotion of marijuana. But it's also not for everybody. I like people that can incorporate it in a dope way. Like, not like, oh, they're fucking blunts, yeah, we high, like, cool, man, like, great. But I really like when people can, like, almost talk about it and you don't even, like, catch it. I don't like the new, like, I don't endorse pill use. But I'm gonna throw that out there immediately.
Okay.
Because I feel as though it's just so wasteful of your time, of your life, and of your talent. And like I don't like now that we have people endorsing it. If you pass me some bud, I'm gonna smoke it. If you pass me a mushroom, I might eat it. But if you pass me anything that like you need to tell me what it is and I just can't tell what it is by looking at it, it's enough. Drug culture, music, like I'm with the people that you listen to that actually are saying something worth listening to about it. I'm not with the people who are just like endorsing popping mad Xanax and wasting away. Like, I'm not cool with that.
What has influenced your style of music?
Every type of music ever, but mainly like I'm I'm off the branch of Kid Cudi. Like his music has always just given me a sense of like he's trying to like tell people that you have a purpose in doing something, and I always loved the way he did it, and I always loved his sound, and I would say I'm definitely derived from that sound, and he's influenced me the most. But like my influence started with like the first CD I ever had was an Eminem Snoop Dogg mixtape.
Okay.
So that was in first grade.
Yeah.
And obviously that's something a first grader probably shouldn't be listening to.
Can you talk about any challenges that you faced while building your artistry?
A lot. I mean, it's almost like every day there's something new.
Okay.
Because the challenges, like no matter how big or how small, they just keep coming.
Yeah, it
it's
is,
like,
yeah.
To put out the album itself that we put out was like, from the beginning to the end was almost a 1.5-year process. And I thought the beginning was hard. The beginning I realized was the fun part. Because the last part, it was like we're waiting till like a week before the album drops to like get the rights to some of the things. It was like I just wasn't necessarily prepared because it's not like I had anybody walking me through this. It was just kind of like, just try it. I never put an album out before. Like I never sold it. I never like signed rights contracts and stuff. So all that stuff was like, it was new, but then even down to things like I got my laptop stolen at South by Southwest, and that had like my entire album and the entire way I make music. Dude, it was just gone, and you know I was at bottom dollar, and it was like,
what next?
What are you gonna do? And then, I mean, it just keeps going. Like, you know, I've had tours fall apart beneath me. I've been in Colorado, not even sure where the show is, and like. I don't know. It just seems like every day, like it's just something new, and like you gotta love it because it's gonna hit you with so many of those that like those blows just keep coming, and then like out of 50 of those, you get like one moment of like, oh, that was dope, and it's normally 10 minutes. It's like 10 minutes compared to 400 hours of struggle is amazing, and it's back to like okay.
A few more blows. Okay. So what keeps you going?
Everything, in a sense. The drive to be a better person. The drive to want to be able to do more for me and my family and the people around me. To want to affect the world in a positive way. And just like, I don't know, the good energy behind it all. Because like, you know, like I was just saying, like there's so much bad energy in this, like in making music and just in the world in general. Like when you're going towards a goal, like that energy is prevalent, and you don't want that anymore, so you just keep pushing till you get to a point where it's still gonna be there, but you know that you're doing it better. And I don't know, I just want to make an impact on the world.
What is it like being a Caucasian rapper in an industry primarily entertained and built by African American artists?
Well, first, I feel like since I grew up inside this music and I grew up in somewhat of a different world, like I understand it more and I love it more. You know, I just be myself, and that's like the main thing. Is like, I feel like I'm a very universal person. Like I can talk to everybody because I don't have any facade to hide. I don't have any type of like, I don't know. It's just
what can your audience expect when they see you on stage?
Madness, but organized madness.
Okay.
Like I like to be really, really energetic and involved in the crowd. Like mosh pits, stage diving, water throwing.
So get them involved.
Blunt smoking.
Okay. Just having a good time.
Tap dancing. Yeah, like anything can happen. Most of the time when you see openers, it's really boring. You know what I mean? Like you're kind of just like waiting for them to get through it. Like I want you to feel like that whole night nothing was wasted. Like if you paid to be there, like you should be like, wow, it was the best night I ever had.
Definitely.
So just like madness. Felt like the whole like creation of the album was just me like really wanting to escape Meriden in a sense. Not that I want to, but like I wanted something more. Like I just wanted something bigger so bad, and I knew that this was my alleyway to do it, that I just felt like I had to give everything. Like who I am, what the music is. Like every like song was rewritten 2 or 3 times, re-recorded 4, 5, 6, like mixed 10. I drove the engineer Boogie insane.
With all of that, how long did it take you to complete this album?
A year and a half.
A year and a half.
Like we would do a song and then do it again and again and again, and then I'd come back like 3 months later, like, hey, remember this one? Yeah, all right, we're redoing it again. And he's like, yeah, I need to really put my creative side ahead of everything and like really stop worrying about like what people want to hear and just like make like just focus on the product, like paint it until it's done, until it looks good and you're satisfied with it and you're happy with it. But it all started like with me slowly meeting people and just the idea of the aquarium. I like watch them and stare at them, and I just think it's crazy how they just pop into like this place, this environment, and they're just there. And like they're just there, they need to exist. And then like I realized like running back, that's kind of how we are. Like we just, like here we are. And here's the environment you're given to exist. A lot of people are like, they either think you're gonna disappear from here or you're just gonna live a very average life. And not that there's anything wrong with that. Like I've grown enough to realize like not everybody wants like some super huge life where you know you do this, and that's perfectly okay. That, like as long as you're doing what's happy makes you okay, but sometimes people can't understand that what makes you happy is different. It just really takes 100% of like 150% of your willpower, and but it's possible. That song is like it's the flight in the album. The first 4 songs are like inside of the aquarium.
Okay.
And that would be Ain't Shit, Habits, Temple, and All Night. All Night is like the little like, alright, like you're good. Like shit's crazy, but you're good. And then Red Eye is the takeoff from that, where I really feel as though I want to move on into something new in life, and like a new chapter. Basically me leaving the aquarium. Now I'm this like beast of an animal, like going through the open ocean, and I feel as though I am a shark. Like a shark is a very volatile animal in that sense, like where it has to eat. If it sees something, like it's gonna eat. If it doesn't know what it is, it's gonna try it because it's a beast and nothing's gonna stop it. It's gonna survive. What they did was they said, send us clips of things that you like,
Okay.
and videos that you like, you know, to be projected, and then we'll also collect them. But then when we got there, we just started throwing ideas out. Like we're like, okay, the moon, okay, the plane, okay, like put this on, okay, grab like space, like, and we just kept downloading stuff, and that's why it took so long. Originally it should only take us like 4 hours, but we just were like, okay, there's so much more we can do. Like, and that's what's dope to work with people like that, because when they just, okay, like what's more? Like towards the end, like you're already in such a groove, like everything by the end is great. So yeah, it was dope to work with them.
As we close, can you talk a bit about where do you see yourself a year or so from now?
A year? Probably touring, putting out another album.
Okay.
I'd say so. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Hopefully a year happier.
Sure.
Just let the music take you. That's all I ask. Like if you're at a show, just let me like just stop. Get everything off your back. Like stop worrying about whether or not Donald Trump's gonna blow up the country. Stop worrying about if your job's gonna fire you. Stop worrying about if you're wrestling. Just take a moment and just like enjoy yourself and breathe. I'll be at the Webster Theater in Hartford, opening for Action Bronson on the Blue Chips 7000 tour. Super amped for that. Oh my God, that's gonna be sick.
For future events or just to stay connected to you, where can your fans find you on social media?
All of my social media handles are Dutch the Dreamer, and my website is dutchthedreamer.com. So you can find the music. It's there. Just look it up. Do your Googles. I promise you, I'm the first thing that shows up. Okay. It's not the ice cream place. If the ice cream place does pull up, Tell them to pull up.
Summarize your 2017 year with one word.
Octopus.
Octopus. We're gonna leave it at that. We're gonna leave it.
Drink way too much, lose myself when I blink. Story of the young and free. Oh, we